How's it going? SOAR Summit 2023. All right. That wasn't really the reaction I was looking for, but we'll get into this. My name is Kyle Robinson, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Print My Threads. God, this is like extremely hot. Hold on. All right, it's way better. Can you guys read that? All right, so I'm here today to talk a little bit about t-shirts. Let me make sure I got this clicker working right. All right, and specifically about the power of t-shirts, right? T-shirts are very powerful communicators, and today we're gonna talk a little bit about how you can use t-shirts to engage your audience, grow your community, fundraise for a cause. But before we get into that, I wanna talk a little bit about this t-shirt right here. Can you all read this? I know we got some old people in the crowd, and like some of you are really far away, but you see that? All right. All right, so what does this t-shirt say about me, right? It's a personal communicator, and it says something very specific about me. Any takers? That what? That I'm a dad? Okay, all right, I have at least one child. I actually have two children. And then what else? Right, that I'm really mediocre at my job, right, exactly. So, all right, so at Print My Threads, we have a mantra that we've adopted over the years that goes, never underestimate the power of a t-shirt, okay? And the reason that we like this mantra is that we've been able to see over the years just the kind of the impact that t-shirts can have on communities, organizations, and businesses of all sizes. All right, we've also, though, over the years seen a lot of t-shirt campaigns that have been a complete failure. And so what I'm here today is hopefully when you listen to this talk and you go home, you're gonna be able to differentiate between the two and learn a little bit about the secret sauce of like what you can do to launch a successful campaign in your business or your community or your organization. All right, so getting back, one of the points I want to make today is that every t-shirt tells a story, right? So we've got this t-shirt right here. It tells a personal story about me, all right? But other t-shirt designs, right? They can easily communicate without anybody even having to say anything. It can communicate opinions, occupations, hobbies, someone's likes and dislikes, their political affiliation, their social beliefs. And not only does it communicate it about the individual, but it helps break us into groups, right? So I'm sure that when some of you saw this shirt, you kind of laughed and you had like a funny reaction to it, right? Maybe some of the other dads in the audience could relate to this, right? And then you've got the other group over here, which has my wife in it, which is, you kind of feel sorry for me, and you insisted that I not wear this shirt to speak in, okay? So we got group one over here, and we got group two over here. So why is this important? All right, the reason this is important is that everybody wants to belong, and so and they want to be part of a group. This picture here is of one of our clients. It's called the Ladies Edge, and they are a women's fitness brand that started online around COVID, and they've been very successful in terms of creating, I don't want to say like almost like a cult-like following. I mean, cult kind of has like a negative connotation to it, but yeah, I mean, basically it's kind of like a cult. These women, this is a picture from one of their annual conferences, and these women come from all over the United States, and they spend all kinds of money to basically get together, sleep in tents, and work out in some really hot pink leggings. So you can actually even see there, it says the only thing missing here is you. So like they create this squad, this crew mentality that has like a real sense of like FOMO, right? This fear of missing out, where people like, they want to be there, and the amount of merchandise that they sell through at these events and every month on their merch drops is insane. But how does this apply like in other settings? All right. So I want to tell you a little story about a shirt called Boo Boo Crew, all right? Boo Boo Crew started back in 2021. We were coming out of the pandemic, And hospital workers were flat out tired, right? They'd been taking care of everybody. They were beaten down. And one of the hospitals that we work with wanted to come up with some sort of marketing campaign that could sort of build these employees up, build some camaraderie, and really just, kind of boost overall morale. They approached us about this shirt. There's actually a different design that they launched back in 2021, and it had just one ghost on it. And it was kind of random. It was more retail forward than some of the other stuff that they were doing. And honestly, I didn't think it was going to do very well. So they contacted me and they said, hey, we want to do 1,000 of these shirts, right? And like, I don't want to sell people something that I don't think is going to do well. So I said, all right, well, let me go ahead and we'll order the 1,000 black shirts and we'll print half of them and we'll deliver half and let's see how they do. So we did that. And the next day I get a text message and it says, we're sold out. It's like 10 a.m., okay? So they sold through 500 shirts in a couple of hours. They said, we need more. So we went back and we printed the next 500. Next day, get a text message, we're sold out. So at that point, I can't remember if we bumped it to 1,000 or 2,000, but what I can tell you about that campaign is that we ended up selling over 4,000 shirts, and it went so viral. You guys get that pun, viral in a hospital? It went so viral that they didn't do it in 2022 because they had employees who were still wearing the Boo Boo Crew shirts like in the middle of summer in May. So like it became like a marketing thing, right? People were showing up in the middle of summer in the patients' rooms wearing these shirts with ghosts on it, and it just didn't translate. But for some reason, I'm not exactly sure why. I think it had to do with just, again, boosting the morale and just the amount of money that they were. What I should tell you too is that the proceeds from these campaigns fund the foundation. So this year, 2023, fast forward, what do, right? We're going to bring back the Boo Boo Crew. Okay, so this year we got 3 ghosts, and we make it glow in the dark. So you can kind of see over there in the top corner how this went, right? So this year we start out with 4,000 shirts, and they know that they can't sell these out of the gift shop because there's just not enough room. So it's kind of hard to see from that picture, but basically they set up in the main part of the hospital, and when these shirts dropped and when they went for sale, they had a line that was so long that wove through the halls of the hospital that the fire marshal almost had to shut it down. It basically became like a whatever, risk. And so I think we probably delivered those shirts a couple of weeks ago. They've already sold through the 4,000, and we're currently doing reprints for them. So let's kind of like recap and kind of look at what, again, going back to so why was this so successful? So I think a lot of it comes down to that everyone wants to be part of a group. And there's things that as individuals we're passionate about, and we want to connect with other people that share those passions. Okay, so anytime that we can then create a design that's going to communicate that on a larger group level, and if you put it on like a really comfortable shirt, and then you do something fun like make it glow in the dark, you're going to have a bunch of hospital employees that are like running into like the empty rooms and turning off the lights and seeing how the shirt glows. But anyway, I just wanted to, I wanted to share, these are a couple of the stories of some of the successes that we have had over the years, and I just wanted to share some of that with you, and I hope that that gives you some of the information to take back to your communities and use t-shirts leverage it for the power of good. Thank you.